So we're here with Greg Walkup, Rising Star nominee, and David Miller. David, not a Rising Star nominee.
Not at all.
From what district you guys with again?
So we're Forsyth County Schools.
Forsyth County Schools, home of Billy Reynolds.
Yeah.
We love
Billy.
How do you know Mr. Reynolds?
So Billy worked in Floyd County for years. He did about 20 years in Floyd County before he went over to Forsyth, and I took his job at the CCA.
Cool.
I was at the county office level doing instructional technology stuff. Kind of got disenchanted with the county office politics, or just the county office in general. And Billy's like, "Hey, I'm leaving." I'm like, "Huh."
Gotcha.
The only school I wanted to work at would have been the CCA.
Yeah.
And those spots didn't come open very often.
Well, he's a great human being, and he's brilliant. He's got a combination of both.
Oh, for sure. He's our go-to. Anytime we have a question about Adobe anything, he's our go-to for that.
He's the man.
He was using Adobe back when it was on the disk.
Yes.
I remember having to do that stuff. And around the time he left is when they went to the $25 a year licensing plans. I'm sure he was, hopefully he's taking advantage of that. So you guys are in Forsyth County Schools, Greg and David, obviously doing podcasting and a bunch of other stuff aside from podcasting. You have your show Bulldogs Unleashed.
Yes.
So what kind of got you into the podcasting world? What got you guys started on it?
Man, dude, it's a long journey.
It's been a journey.
It's about 6 hours. No, so I'll start, Coach, and you hop in there. So I've had the pleasure of working this county for now 21 years. And through the years, Dave and I's paths have crossed multiple times. I started as it used to be an ITS, instructional technology specialist. It's now an educational technology coach. It's kind of switched roles. But so we got to collaborate and talk through when I was an elementary ITS. And then I was blessed enough to come over here to Otwell 4 years ago now. And David Miller was the ETC here. I came over as an innovative learning specialist. And we didn't even know, but both of us, in my interview / first conversation with the administration and Mr. Miller as well, some of the things I pitched were innovative ideas, right? If you're an innovative learning specialist, you better bring it with innovative ideas. And one of the things that I was always wanting to pilot and try was a podcast, a school podcast. I just saw kind of the up and coming. I saw it of giving kids a voice when they didn't feel like they had to, especially on the middle school level, even though I had never taught it. I had middle school personal kids myself, so I kind of knew that was an area that could be a challenge. When I was kind of talking through that, David kind of pulled me to the side. He's like, "Hey, bro, like I actually just ordered some stuff podcast. So if this thing is going to be real and you're coming over, like we got to get together." And so it was kind of like both of us kind of had that in the works already, and he had already ordered the equipment before I even talked about, and then from there it's kind of taken off.
Kind of taken off for sure. Yeah. We when we had that conversation, it's kind of like one of those moments where in education, you're blessed to be around people who have similar values and similar aspirations that you do. And so seeing his passion for that and knowing like, hey, I have a passion for that as well. And we already have some equipment come on its way. How can we make this work? I remember that first time the equipment got here and we just let it sit in the box for a little bit. We stared at it like,
we're scared.
We're like, what do we do with this stuff now? Right.
I've been there. I've been there so many times.
So like, how do we open this? Where does this go? Where's this plug in? YouTube was a good friend. ChatGPT was a good friend. But it was, all right, we're going to test this out. We're going to create this show, Bulldogs Unleashed, which is a school podcast led by Greg and myself. But really to venture out to test things ourselves so that now in year 2, how do we get kids to do this? Right. It's fine. And it's fun and dandy when we're doing it. That's great. But at school, we're about the kids and what's going to be beneficial for our students. And so learning and growing in that first year, what to do, what not to do, still learning. And this is year 4 for us that we've been doing this.
We change, we innovate, man.
We're constantly changing. We're constantly adapting. And so that was really the real vision behind it is how do we, one, get our voice out there because we had a new administrator as well. We're coming out of COVID. And so schools still looked a little different. It was hard to get parents into the building to tell your story. And so we're like, if they're not coming into the building to hear our story, we're going to bring our story to them. And so that was the kind of the emphasis behind the podcast. Let's share our story. Let's share the amazing people that are in our building. We're going to interview them, teachers of the month, staff member of the month, unsung heroes, our custodians, our cafeteria workers, people who do things day to day that make this building special and make it run the way that it runs. Let's get their stories out there and to kind of bring that big community back to that small community feel, like where you can get to know one another. And so that was kind of the emphasis behind Bulldogs Unleashed.
Yeah. And then it's funny, we like, like anyone, when you try something new, like, I don't know what the feedback is. And I know when we first started running it, we did a hot seat question, and we would ask teachers that were on or community members, just random facts. And then we saw colleagues that maybe weren't, on the same grade level or whatever, start talking about, I didn't know you could use skydove, or I didn't know you went on this trip. I'm thinking about going there. And we'd walk by classrooms and hear ELA teachers playing our podcast because it had to do with their standards. So kids started, and that's kind of like to David's point, when we saw the kids, we thought it was cool. We're like, oh, we got something here. Like, instead of these clowns on the podcast, let's get the kids and let's get them starting to mess around. So,
and parents want to hear their kids.
Like, 100%. We tell people all the time, whenever we have football players, we have like our football coach on or our basketball coaches on, we always tell them, bring an athlete, because at the end of the day, mom, dad, grandma, aunt, uncle, whoever, they want to hear their child, right? And so as much as we can get kids on our show, the better off.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back in the day, my brother's football team, Gordon Central up here in the late 80s, early 90s, they have the coaches show on like local broadcast television, Channel 4 or whatever. And like that was must-see TV back in the day. And to be able to take that into the current, what am I trying to say here? Current mindset of this type of media, you're plug and play right there. You're able to do some really cool things with those kids and have them involved, and that's always going to be a W for you. So you say you've been going for 4 years. Like, do you have like a set release schedule? Because I struggle with that. That's one thing I'm trying to do right now. I'm a one-man operation mostly, trying to be consistent, at least have something come up every Tuesday, sometimes a little bit more often than that. I've got to drop like 6 right now. I've got too many in the can that I don't want to get out before GaETC. How do you guys handle that sort of expectation? Because the one thing I've heard from all the big podcasters is consistency. Like, how do y'all maintain that?
So yeah, we struggled with that initially too. Like how much is too much? Is it too little? And I remember having the conversation with our principal. I think her goal was, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, once a month.
One a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And for year one, like, you just get one a month. And we're like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna be able to do that. And there's like 9 months in the school. So you're thinking, 10 episodes, 15 episodes, something like that. We ended up that first season, we released 50 episodes, which was, looking back, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But it's, to your question, it is difficult to figure out where is that sweet spot for us, because we've transitioned to, yes, we still do Bulldogs Unleashed, but there's other platforms we have. We have Dog Talk, which is our student-led podcast, and we also have Bulldog Bites, which is another student-led podcast, which is kind of like our weekly newsletter, like what's going on in office. So for like our Bulldog Bites crew, that comes out every week, either Monday or Tuesday. Every week that episode is dropped. And so if we can, I guess for Bulldogs Unleashed, if we can get 1, maybe 2 a month now, like normally 2 a month, we're doing okay. But the crazy thing is too, and I don't know if you do this on your end, Dr. Green, when you look at the analytics, year one, you're just posting stuff, you're just putting things out there. And then all of a sudden, like, we're like, well, let's see what the analytics say. Let's dig into what, how many listens we're getting, what days. Like when we put stuff on Facebook, it'll let you know, like, hey, you get higher traffic on these days at this time. And that's fascinating to actually look at, like, okay, it's better if we post it for us, it's like on a Thursday at 5:00. Like we see more traffic on Facebook on a Thursday at 5:00. And so we are tempted, then, when we're going to release an episode, let's do it then. We're going to do it on that Thursday because for some reason, I don't know why, on Facebook, that's the highest traffic. And so that's for us now, is that consistency of at least 1 to 2 a month. I think 2 is our sweet spot. But it's every week with either Bulldog Bites and then starting up Dog Talk as well.
Yeah. What's cool about like our mindset has changed is like we were more about maybe quantity over quality possibly in the beginning, just to get the content. So like even with our stuff now, like we don't feel not that we ever felt pressure, but like I guess the need to continue cranking them out. So now it's more about like, okay, especially with our kids, it's like, if y'all only produce 1 or 2 episodes until Thanksgiving, but it's quality, like we're okay with that. So I think it's having a different mindset going into year 4 for us, and Dog Talk year 2,
This be year 3.
3 for them. Yeah, Bulldog Bites year 4. It's just having them slow down and make sure they're producing a quality piece. We still have like in here when we're in Sikkim Studios, it's a running studio and we have deadlines. So I want them to feel that, not the angst, but like there is a sort of deadline and that piece of it. But so they're prepared for that piece as well. So when they do go eventually into this field, in the industry, there are deadlines, but also making sure when they do push out a product that it's quality at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's got to be that level of anxiety on you in order for you to produce. Like if there's no stress, like why would you do it? That's my ADHD talking anyway. Like that's how I have to operate. It's either self-imposed or somebody on the outside saying, "Hey, I need this from you now." Also, it's not the best trait. Like I wish I could be different, but it's just kind of how I roll, and I think a lot of people are in that same boat with us. So there was something else that you said right there that my brain went somewhere when I started thinking about my ADHD and
speaking of,
yeah, ooh, shiny. So GaETC last year, I saw the shot of you guys like set up out in front of like a poster for one of the sessions, and you guys were interviewing somebody. I love that. I love that sort of almost like guerrilla marketing style where you're just like, let's get forgiveness instead of permission. I'm big on that, huge on that. That's how I've gotten where I've gotten in this world. Trying something. Sometimes I mess it bad, but other times like people like it and things work out for me. Who are y'all pulling into that sort of thing? Like, how are y'all like, finding people to talk to? Was it like just your people from your district, or did you pull the strangers in, or what was your MO for that?
You want to start with it? Or you want me to?
Well, that one was interesting. That was a Thursday morning, and we were just setting up shop at the entrance because our initial thought was we're just gonna do a quick little video, just to get some feedback morning session as people are coming in, just to see what's happening, is because Thursday is a busy day at GaETC. It's a full slate, right?
We brought the equipment, so it was one of those like we love this kind of stuff. So this is before the Creators Row, right? So
yeah.
So that's why I was stoked when I saw there was opportunity to apply for it and do it, because that's kind of how we roll. That's how I roll with my kids when they're out in the field and they're getting information and, respectfully. But for us, we thought, this is a cool opportunity for us to promote, our school and our kids and kind of let them shine. So why not we just make the best of this scenario, right? We're going to go out there. We don't want to just go out there, present, come home. Like this is like enjoy the moment. So for us, it's like, we want to get the vibe of not only us, but like what's kind of the vibe around us. How are people feeling and things like that. So we have a good following here, Forsyth County, of teachers, administrators, ETCs like coach, instructional coaches, and kind of everything in between. So we thought this would be a great opportunity. If we have people we know, great, because you want to start with them so we don't look like crazy town to other people or they might say no. So we actually started with Miss Liz, right?
Yes, the sister.
Yeah.
It was actually, and this, by the way, was not planned at all. We were just literally setting up shop. She was in the corner waiting for a session to start up. And
she's
the educational technology coach at our, I would say, sister school, with Becoming Elementary right beside us. It's the elementary school that feeds into our school. And so she just happened to be sitting there. We're kind of introducing what the topic is, what the vibe is of GaETC for that morning, and kind of just shameless plug of plugging our session that we're going to be presenting that afternoon. But then we said, let's get the people who are on the streets. Let's hear them. Like, what are they enjoying about GaETC day one? What are they looking forward to in day two? You're always going through that that app and kind of favoriting, like, I want to go to this session. I want to go to this session. And that feedback of, what are you looking forward to for day two? Now it was kind of organic, and she just happened to be there, unfortunately for
her. Yeah, she was a good sport and brought it in. And then I just, I love this stuff, man. It's like if I didn't do with teaching kids, I would, I kind of mess around with contract work here and there at church and at some other stuff. So like for me, this is great. Like we we have a sponsor for this, and it's Sonny Mountain Biscuit right across the street, and we were just over there. He wants to name a biscuit after us, Bulldogs Unleashed. So it was cool. We got all our gear together, going over there, setting up, cleaning up. Like I love all that. So for that situation, it's like, all right, we made this video. I had all my equipment there. I went ahead right there, cut it all up, posted it through our YouTube channel. And for me, like that's what's fun to do, is just create that content on the go. So it wasn't one of those where it's like extra on me. Like everyone looks at me weird when I tell them I like posts and editing and all that. But I guess that's why I'm an AV broadcast and film teacher too, because I enjoy that stuff. So it just worked out. We were on site, had the equipment, and we've already been talking about Creators Row coming up and what that can look like. Already kind of putting our equipment together, try to hear the voice of the people out there that are going to be attending that conference.
Well, and too, one of the reasons we did it as well is that afternoon session when we presented it in our session, we talked to our audience about how easy it is. Like
how to use the mic, and
we didn't have the fancy equipment there. We brought literally a Zoom with 2 mics. We had a GoPro recording us for the video. You don't have to do video if you don't want to, but we used the GoPro for video, and we just spliced the 2 things together. It literally took you 10 minutes maybe to edit and post.
Yeah.
So like it's quick and easy. You don't have to have expensive thousands of dollars worth of equipment. You can do this with a handheld mic and something that, whether it's a laptop or a Zoom, and record your audio.
So my newest toy, and I don't have the exact one with me. I've got one I bought by accident because it's the wrong thing. These lav mics.
Okay.
I've got this, and on TikTok, I saw some dudes that have it looks like an old school microphone that's wireless. All you do is you clip the lav onto the end of the microphone, and you put the windscreen on top of it, and then you've got handheld mics. So that way, like if I'm walking around, I could take my phone. I've got a tripods, and then just boom right on Riverside. It's got the ability to kind of live stream and kind of broadcast from there and kind of do some things for that. So that's my newest find.
Yeah, and for the kids, that's kind of has that YouTube Shorts vlog feel to it. They're digging anyway. Like my lesson last week was like, yeah, we're gonna play with all these and learn all these expensive cameras. But I pulled out my phone. I said, hey, most of the stuff y'all can do right now, you can shoot 4K. Most stuff I could show y'all, like I'm gonna show you right now, so you don't feel like you have to know all these. Eventually, like you might want to, especially if this is your profession, or if you go across the street, we have a film academy, so I'm essentially the feeder for him. And you'll get to that point. But for now, like, let's just learn how to get those camera shots, and let's use the camera you've already got in your pocket, right? So,
and most content creators, that's what they're using.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they're just using their phones. I got to go back real quick. What's the biscuit? Like, what's have they figured out a recipe for it for the Bulldogs Unleashed?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a local company. Everyone loves them. Brandy, the owner over there, she's phenomenal. She's one of our sponsors on Bulldogs Unleashed. She approached me. Goodness, this was the last school year. Said, "Hey, I'm going through the drive-through, ordering my typical bacon, egg, and cheese." And she's like, "Hey, man, you got a second? Pull around front." So I pull around front. And we started talking. She said, "I had a crazy idea. What if we did a biscuit that's called the Bulldogs Unleashed?" And that's all she had to say. From there, my brain blew up. So long story short, we had 3 finalists that one I created myself, David created, and then one we kind of put together, collaborated on. So mine was bacon, egg, cheese, and sausage.
Yeah, I had the steak, egg with gravy, splash of gravy.
Oh,
yeah.
And then we also had another biscuit that was a fried chicken biscuit with bacon, strawberry jam, and a drizzle of syrup. And so we shot this episode. It felt like we were like Guy Fieri on testing his food out. And we, at the end of the episode, after testing out all the food, we put a survey on our social media, on her social media, for the community to vote.
Yeah.
So they got to choose which would be the official Bulldogs Unleashed biscuit.
Yeah.
And we're glad to announce that the official winner is the chicken, bacon, strawberry jam, and a drizzle of syrup. That is the Bulldogs Unleashed biscuit.
Crazy. Yeah. Sounds disgusting, but it is actually really good.
Yeah, I'm one of those, I can't do sweets and meats sort of thing, but like for those people that like it.
I am with you. I was like, that's why I wanted to try it first and get it out of the way, but it was surprisingly, it was another level. So yeah, we were over there shooting this morning actually, and she's a great sponsor for us, great community partner, and it's just fun to like I said, pack up my bag and go over there and shoot some stuff, and we just help each other out. So,
are you able to get the kids in on stuff like that when you go on location?
That is the goal.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we got some more equipment that we can go, I guess, kind of on the go type equipment. And her and that company being literally right across the street, that's an easy one for us to get the kids to. It's harder, in a school to get buses lined up, go somewhere, get back before dismissal, all those things, all the logistics that go behind it. But thankfully, she's a partner who's right across the street that we can bring kids over and maybe shoot on location over there.
That's awesome. It is so cool. The I'm thinking about that biscuit right now, and
it's not bad. And what
I'm gonna have to get down there and try it.
Dude, is we're huge. Dave and I just have, our passion is this always about. It's always any opportunity to give back to the community. So part of the proceeds for next week, when you order it from Tuesday to Saturday, will go towards a nonprofit organization. So 25% of the sales. So that's part of her big thing for her and us that we talked about. It's like, yeah, this is fun, this is silly, but like, how do we give back to our community as well?
Yeah,
so that's going to be something cool to be able to, connect on that front as well.
That is so cool. That is so cool. All right, so another personal tie-in I got to bring up because I can't talk to you without bringing it up. Rick, Rick, Lord Willie, if you will, as the students refer to him. So Rick Williams, one of the Rising Star Award winners. Again, apologies, Greg, but you got Creators Rep.
I don't know. The ballot was stuffed. I don't know. I want to recount of that.
Yeah, I think you might have to work less than he is. Whenever it comes to all things, so
you might. All right, fair.
You might come out ahead, but with it's a pretty good relationship, right? Because again, I brag about CTE all the time. Like, it's a really, really great community, especially when you find those like-minded teachers who are doing something similar, and you can kind of learn and grow together. Could you tell? So Rick is a former coworker of mine. He runs the FANE program here at Fulton County Schools. Could you tell us a little bit about how you developed that relationship with Rick and kind of some of the really cool plans that y'all have coming forward?
Yeah, I don't want to talk too good about him because he's already got a big enough head, but I'll try to keep him humble. But no, so honestly, on a whim, I come across an email that says of a podcasting workshop opportunity through GFA, Georgia Film Academy. It starts during spring break. And typically I'm out of town, but just for whatever reason, this personal reasons, we were home at that moment. And if I'm being honest, you don't see it. I mean, other than GATC, which I get a lot of PD for podcasts, you don't really see a whole lot of stuff with podcasts. I already had a previous relationship kind of with Cooper and some stuff he did with Forsyth County. He kind of helps with GFA stuff. And so I knew it would be a legit workshop. I didn't know anything about Rick. It was far as crap away for where it was. So I wasn't super thrilled about that. So I just on a whim, I'm not, I'm at home anyway. I might as well learn. There were some cool pictures I saw in some of the promo stuff. And I'm like, dang, he's up to the level that we're at. So it's not like I'm going cause my thing, and I'm not trying to sound like we're awesome and we're the best thing, but if I'm going to learn, I want to learn from others that either are what we're doing or even beyond me so I can grow. Right. And just from the pictures, I knew, all right, this dude at least is acting like he knows what he's doing. Right. So, but when I show up, man, it was a very small, there was only me and maybe 3 other people there. I think that just the timing and just the date of it. And honestly, it made it, you've been in PDs where they're massive, right? And you you get the box, whatever, and you kind of go through the motions and you finish. But it was he's just dude, there's 3 or 4 of you guys. Let's just talk about what your struggles and challenges are at your school, and more importantly, how I could make it even better. And Rick, me and him just hit it off because that dude thinks like I do, man. We think like I don't know, it's scary. Our brain is, if you crawled in our brain, it's kind of probably scary, but man, we're all over the place. We're creative. We see the world different. We see kids different. We see podcasting as broadcasting, right? And an opportunity in that way. And the things that he was able to show me. And then Amanda was there as well with us.
From Whitfield, right?
Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Yeah. He was there as well. And we all started just kind of talking together, and we just had a tremendous amount of synergy. And then from there, we've actually started a whole endeavors called Pod Jam, which we're going to actually start a podcast competition, kind of local, but the goal is to us be like the go-to for competitions for podcasting. But no, with Rick, man, with his jam is like a lot of stuff like on the equipment side, like I had, or, you know, it wasn't necessarily life changing, but what for him that really, really resonated was the way that he markets his program, and how I was underutilizing that skill set with us here at Sikkim Studios. So the marketing side, but also just the way he would market it in such a simple way that it wasn't like I was left overwhelmed. Like I was calling David or texting with him when I got back, like, bro, this is easy. We could just do this, do that, little tweaks here. And
you should have seen,
it's been awesome.
You should have seen how excited Dr. Green. I wish you could have seen this. I'm at home. This is spring break. I'm at home as well. And all day, that day he's gone, he is texting me literally all day. Pictures. I mean, I had like 50 texts.
He's like,
we gotta do this, we gotta do this, here's what we're trying to do. And so I could tell he was excited about what he was learning, obviously. But then when we came back together after going to the professional development, it all made sense. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, we need to do this. And so just continue to grow and develop and learn from other people who are in the same field as you, who have done this, been there, done that, but are doing it at a high level. And credit to Rick for being able to share that wealth too. Some people don't want to do that. He wants to share the wealth. Yeah. It's all collaborative, right? We're all in this together. So I appreciate that. And we were able to, Greg brought that back to Sikkim Studios. We actually implemented some changes pretty quickly.
We did a whole rebrand, Dr. Green, like a whole.
Is that where Sikkim came up?
Yeah.
Logos, everything, just kind of having the Sikkim Studios as our umbrella, and how each individual show, we're up to 6 shows now, but each show has its own identity, but still under that Sikkim Studios umbrella. Like it was he said it in a simplistic way. And then honestly, the other side was I was already passionate about like kind of how you just showed us with the different, lapels and things like that. He was also, I was always passionate about being out in the field, right? And field work. And he was able to show me some quick stuff I could order that was high quality that I could have, especially my middle schoolers. Like, you got to get them engaged quick, man. Like, they don't got time to jump in here. Like, you got to give them their toys, got to show them how to use them, right? And be safe and take care of them, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, like, they got to go. So he was able to show me a lot of quick things that I could use in the field, as we call it here at Otwell, that they could, use right away. So I think between the branding and just some of the field stuff, and just like, he's a dude that I text and can ask him about things that because he's like in my brain, right? Like even when I was going through my whole redesign of my new studio, he was gracious enough to come out here and we just kind of walked through like vision. Like, I'm gonna put the TriCaster over here. I'm gonna put my set here. I'm gonna put the whisper room. I'm thinking the pod here. Like, so it's cool because sometimes you feel isolated, and creatives do feel isolated. But between him and Amanda, it's been nice to kind of bounce those creative ideas. Because most people, I say my ideas and they're like, that's ridiculous. That is never going to happen. And then I'm like, I'm just, me and Miller work well together, man, because he's got great ideas, but he's great at the execution and sometimes even reining me in with the details and things like that. But, it's just good to have those other creatives out there that you can kind of bounce those ideas. And then you just feel, you feel like you're got some wind in your sail, right? When they're on the same page. So that's how I know Lord Williams.
Yeah, Lord Willie. Yeah, he's one of a kind dude. Like just everything he's involved in and got going on.
Right?
What's that?
He was your neighbor, yeah?
Well, we worked at the same school together.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I meant. Neighbor at school.
Yeah. Yes. And up until this year, which I went to West Georgia from there. But yeah, we're lucky to have him, and all the cool stuff. I can't wait to see the Pod Jam thing. I'm trying to figure out how you're going to turn a podcast into a competition. Because I'm thinking rubrics, because that's where my brain goes. I'm like, how do we evaluate that? Do you guys do anything with a student technology competition?
STM?
GaETC.
No, I've been dipping in STM this year, but I don't even know. I haven't even heard what you're talking about.
So the Georgia Student, I want to know what STN is in a second, but the Georgia Student Technology Competition, they've got like 14 categories, everything from video production, audio production, 3D modeling, game design. There's a different productivity design sort of things, multimedia. There's, again, 13 or 14 different categories, GaETC25.org. And a lot of times now for the audio production, typically they're podcasts. And the way the judging takes place is it's what I call American Idol style, where you have grade bands, so like third and fourth grade, fifth and sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you compete within those grade bands within the category. So let's say the two of you have a project that you're working on together. You've got your podcast. You go up to a table of judges, 2 judges probably, and you have them listen to your product, and they evaluate it based on a rubric. Is the project complete? Does the person know what they're talking about? Does do they cite their sources if they use anything from the outside, or is it a completely original creation? And then they evaluate it based on the rubric, and then they determine a winner per category. There's a local competition, there's a regional competition, and there's a state level competition. I think 3 years ago, we had the state level at Forsyth, because I saw Billy there. We had it at your innovation center. And I had to announce the awards in the gym, like some old gym at some old school. Anyway, but it's that evaluation period. It's not a concrete evaluation. It's not like a math test sort of thing. It's more the judges that are judging, have to assess on everything, and then they pick a winner per category. But it's kind of like an evolution sort of process that you can work through from the local, regional, state level. It's an awesome sort of time.
That sounds cool. Yeah.
So with and thinking about y'all's in the pod jam and trying to figure out how you turn that into an evaluation sort of thing, that might not be a bad place for you guys to look into. The GASTC has a booth at GaETC. We're kind of under the same umbrella as far as EdTech Consortium goes. But it's a really, really great way to see kids make cool stuff. So what is STN then?
So STN is Student Television Network.
Okay.
And they have it's all broadcasting and film. That's all it is. That's all they lock in on. And they do competitions throughout the year. So we just are wrapping up. The first one they kind of get to start off the competition season is Horror Fest, and the kids have to create a microfilm.
Yeah.
50 to 60 seconds. And there's what's cool is they drop the prompt about 2 weeks before it's due. So the kids get excited, right? It's like, in a class, what's the prompt? Or kids are already saw it on the website. This year, it was folklore. So you had to research something that was either local or in your same state, right? Haunted house, Bigfoot, whatever the case might be. That was that. The actual cinematography rule was it had to be one of your shots had to include like a super wide shot, as in like almost like the subject is lost in the environment. And then the main thing, which was super challenging, really hard for my middle school kiddos, is nature nature has to be the thing. I forget how they word it, but essentially nature has to be the thing that causes the chaos, like everything's cool. And all of a sudden you're on this trail that said no trespassing, right? And then all of a sudden it's like down. And I told them, man, nature's everything. Nature's weather, woods, like animal. It could be anything, really. So they had to have those different guidelines. And what's cool is, like, in my class, I've just built it all over competitions now. So like, it's like, I'm great in it, but like they're more excited because like I said, I'm going to pick it costs $25 to apply. I mean, for me to submit. So all y'all's are not going to make it. I'm going to pick the best in each grade level and they're going to go.
Yeah.
And then I tell them, there was one, I was kind of doing something and I saw something in Kansas, film festival on movie trailers, fake movie, horror fake movie trailers. So I kind of pivoted and that's what we did for 2 weeks. And some of my kids was nominated, potentially win still. They're up for the running for that. So I kind of build I try to build my curriculum around actual competitions. And then to kind of give a plug for Forsyth County, in April, we have the FOCO Film Festival. So the best of the best will compete locally with each other for the FOCO Film Festival with us and 2 other middle schoolers that have AV programs, and of course all the high school guys. So
That is so cool.
yeah, it's cool where they can see, they can, especially, some kids, they're not athletes, right? They're not,
No.
this is or they're not playing music. They're not band competitions. They're not drama competitions. This is their competition. Like, there have been kids who have won. I've got a banner in my room. I said, I want more banners. I want your banner up here. I want your legacy. So that's how our band is, right?
Yeah.
Is that, so that's, you're hitting those creatives and those kids that maybe they're kind of found their way, and this is a way for them to kind of get the competition juices flowing too.
That's my favorite part about the student technology competition is you can quickly weed out who had a lot of help on the project from their parents and things, and the kids that can actually go. I mean, even if a kid did have a lot of help, but they can go in there and they can talk about it with fluency and understanding about what they did. It's just so cool to see those little third graders walk into that room and
I love that.
Perk up and yeah, dude, this is what I did. And this is how awesome I am. Like all the stuff that they're kind of bringing to the party. Yeah. Is that it? Is that announcements? Okay. I don't miss those and bells. I think I might have some PTSD related to bells. But yeah, it's just so cool to kind of witness those kids be able to step up and defend their things. I coached esports for a minute, not a minute, a few years, and those kids aren't athletes. Well, they're athletes. They were the finest of student athletes, but I mean, kids that step up to be leaders and things whenever they haven't had that opportunity before. Because they're the expert in that field, or they build that expertise. It's so cool to watch.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And with podcasting now, I think it's ripe for that. Because kids this is content now. This is a valid job that a lot of people make a lot of money doing.
Yeah. And you throw the video cameras, now it's broadcasted, right? And you start with those standards. Yeah. There's so many opportunities, from sound engineers to, we've got 15 kids on our Dog Talk student-led podcasting. We're the only middle school student-led podcast team in the Forsyth County. And we have 15 kids in here, and they all have different roles. We have a director, and we have ones that are on here, this table we're recording on right now. We have kids that are social media and promotion. We have kids that are only just post. We have kids that are recording their own original sound effects and sound. We have kids that are I call them the engine. They're coming up with the content and kind of what it's going to do. So now I'm having the director talk to them. So it's like they're all like a working studio as we're doing it. And it's cool for me because I'm like, each one of these is all different roles, not just in front of the camera. So if they really enjoy, and I tell them they're going to try everything, right? Like, even if you don't want to be in front of the camera, like, try it. We're going to try it all. Even if you hate it, bear with me. It only lasts like 2 or 3 weeks, and then we're going to switch. But hopefully something clicks and they love it, and they know, man, I really want to write content or script writing or lighting or whatever the case might be. So, but it gives them, to your point, gives the podcasting piece of it, gives them, it's not just like us on a mic, man. There's just so many layers, like many professions, but in this, there's so many layers of what they can get experience in. So it's cool to expose them to that.
And that valuable thing, the voice aspect of it. Like, even if you're not the voice of the podcast, you have that opportunity to have a voice and kind of create a thing. It's been a running theme lately for the past 3 people I've interviewed. I think 2 other maybe rising star folks or other presenters or something. I'm hearing a lot, and there's kind of a running theme, I think, from the people that are involved with this. It's that student voice, student choice sort of thing. What do you want to do? What do you want to make? And trying to get from being passive to being active. And I can't think of anything more active than going and talking to strangers.
I build my curriculum based on what I wish I had as a kid, because I was an ADHD kid. I was all over the place. Like, I had to move. I had to touch things. I had to be immersed in it. So I honestly build my curriculum based on what is something that I would have learned best as a learner. And usually that lands with a lot of the kiddos, because they're able to kind of connect that way. So
yeah, if you're doing something that hits for you, you're probably going to land somewhere else with a lot of other people too.
yeah,
Because we think we're unique. We're not that unique. It's a same story told in a bunch of different ways to where we have things that can kind of reach out to people. And if you were missed, there's a lot of other kids being missed right now too. Like if what your teachers were doing didn't work out for you. So let's a few more minutes. Let's talk about Creators Row real quick. What's your picture of this? Because it's the first time for me, so I'm still putting it together. I have an idea. We have a layout. We have people coming. What would you envision whenever you hear those two words put together?
Talked a lot. You hopping in.
No, I almost feel like it's kind of like what we do here. Is anytime that we have a podcast on Bulldogs Unleashed, is our goal is to highlight the guests that we're talking to, and to lift them up and to give them their flowers and to show off what they do in their field of expertise, whether it's math, social studies, PE, basketball, whatever it is, right? And so the same thing for Creators Row is there are so many great speakers at GaETC. If people have not gone to this, Greg and I are blessed that we've gone to many ones as an ETC. Our district will pay for the ETCs to go every year, so we're able to go and see and learn and get these great ideas, the innovative ideas that are out there. And so how cool would it be to sit down with these people for a few moments, because I know they're busy. They have so many sessions that they're going to or presenting to. And so if we can just, one, talk to them, pick their brain for just a few moments, and then two, highlight how amazing they are and how innovative they are and what they're doing matters, and how it impacts us in the classroom, which impacts our students. That's a win for us. So we were so super excited when that came across as an option. There you go. That when Creators Row was going to be a thing, we're like, oh, we kind of did a little bit of something like that whenever we just set up shop at the beginning of the entrance at GAE last year.
Yeah.
So it's cool to maybe have a place that we can sit up shop, have people coming in who are presenting some sessions and what their expertise is in, and just pick their brain for a few moments and highlight all the amazing things that they do.
Yeah, and then just kind of be organic in the sense of like letting there be opportunities. We're thinking maybe we don't want to be barging in like microphone in their face, but like if we see a presenter that's kind of ready, like maybe get some sound bites of like what they're expecting while they're there, and then maybe get some people after the session of how now that they went to the session, that's going to be kind of, we were thinking on our on the go kind of Creators Row on the go segment, but like it's almost like how was that? Unless they're like, that was trash. It wasn't any good. Then we'll probably cut those. No, we'll cut those. That would be us. After our session. But no, like just get their sound bites, and more importantly, how are you going to connect that to what's going on in the classroom? Because Dave and I talked about that. Like after our sessions, we were so full of fire because hearing other educators that maybe don't have as many resources or kind of in a rut, man. We've all been there. I've been teaching over 20 years. You get in the ruts, man. For them to say, I'm kind of in a rut, and for y'all to say I could easily spend under $100 and get kids engaged. Like, honestly, it sounds corny, man, but it was really like life changing for me. Of like, man, that's cool that we impacted a teacher who's going to impact kids that we won't ever meet in a district that's 5 hours away. Like I don't know, that was super cool. So we want to bring that touch to it and that feel.
Yeah. And that's what I love about GaETC is when you go to these sessions, the majority of the people who are going to these are classroom teachers, right? They're going to learn strategies.
This is a very teacher-led conference.
New tools, whatever that is. And what we love is you can go to a session and there's something in there that you can take away and probably implement back in your classroom the next day.
Yeah.
And so giving those key takeaways of this is beneficial professional development. It's not just something that's pie in the sky, like, oh, that's great in theory. No, it's something you can actually implement the next day in your classroom and be effective. So we love going to those sessions, hearing that feedback. And that was part of our thing of getting the Creators Row on the go, of getting that feedback of like, hey, what's your takeaway? What can you, based on what you heard, what can you take back to your classroom and maybe implement, on day one?
Yeah. And then if we're able to, if we're blessed enough to have some of those keynote speakers or have more of a formal setting, if you want to call it, where we're kind of just sitting on some couches and hanging out, then it's just like kind of like how we're talking with you, Dr. Green. We're just two guys, and just what's your story, and more importantly, like what are you talking about, and what does that look like for teachers or district leaders and and what they're bringing back. So that's where our brain's going. But like you said, it's something new. It's exciting, but it's kind of one, you're kind of building that plane as you fly it. And
Yep.
it
One thing I will say, we have posters. Like, I took some of your branding materials that you shared with me, and we're doing like hopefully they're coming through. I've been told to. But we're doing poster size things, like where you can put something on like a board behind you, so you can have like a little
back
ambient sort of, a small ambient sort of thing. We've also got tables, courtesy of Dimco. They're donating some tables and chairs to us to be able to use. So we've got like the circuit lounge to be set up. It's going to have 5 tables kind of spread out. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to sign up for times that you would like to book some stuff out. Also, we're going to meet next week. I'm going to send out something today or Monday. Probably wait till Monday. I don't like stuff getting buried on Friday. Where send out something. I want to meet with everybody and kind of talk about some things. Make sure you know where the vendors list is. Make sure you know where the speakers list is. So that way you can possibly even coordinate some things in advance to be able to kind of pull some people in and have some conversations as you go. At least kind of even map out sort of your thing. There are some people that are coming to this that have never been before. And so like it's kind of an exciting opportunity.
That's cool.
There is a really good company that was coming, and they've since had to back out. That makes me kind of sad. I think they're in your neck of the woods. It's called Could Be Pretty Cool Productions. They're somewhere up north of Atlanta. But anyway, I was really excited about them. They're like, yeah, I'm bringing my film crew and my lighting person and a sound guy. I'm like, whoa. That's amazing. Let's figure that out, because that sounds awesome. But unfortunately, they've had to back out. But if you're looking at opportunities for students, again, I want to say there's somewhere near you. Her name's Casey, if I'm getting my name straight. She's done some work with NPR and some other larger platforms too. So we've got YouTubers, we've got podcasters, I think some TikTokers maybe, kind of coming in, and we're just hoping to get the word out, because it's an amazing conference. Great vibes, great people, awesome all the way around. So
awesome. We're excited, man. Thank you for the opportunity. Like, we can't wait.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to turn out better than I'm anticipating.
We even
just because I don't really know what I'm anticipating.
We got shirts.
We had shirts.
We have shirts created. We have
swag. So I've got it in. I'm working on something too. Like I made some friends last week. So
like a home and away jersey.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
So yeah,
we're excited, man. This kind of stuff, man. We love that. It's different. It's something that we can kind of sink our teeth into. And we're stoked, man.
And like you were saying about the recharge piece of it, like, we've all been there. We've all been burnt out and having different things. But I got to tell you, man, every time I have one of these, or even just to sit down like this, it's cooler when it's in person. But like having to sit down, let's kind of like this, my energy levels go up, and I kind of got a little pep in my step. I'm like kind of jumping around through the days, like, heck yeah, man. Even if it's just for me, the conversations I'm able to have and the people I'm able to meet by doing this, like it's fantastic.
They're like like-minded people, right? And they do what's ultimately what's best for kids. And I mean, I could always sign up for that.
So as we're wrapping up here, where can they find you? How do they get to your stuff?
Yeah. We start every episode with that screen. So actually,
go ahead.
Yeah,
you're used to
feel now. I say at the start of every episode of Bulldogs Unleashed, you want to make sure you follow us on Spotify. On Spotify, it is Sikkim Studios. All of our podcasts are under that umbrella. So if you follow us on Spotify and search Sikkim Studios, you'll see Bulldogs Unleashed, you'll see Blog Talk, and you will see Bulldog Bites as well listed in there. Go to our school Facebook page at Otwell MS, so Otwell Middle School. Our YouTube, our YouTube page, Otwell MS. Go there, you'll see all of our playlists from Bulldogs Unleashed, ONN, which is our student news network, Bulldog Bites, Dog Talk, and now this year's Sikkim Shorts, which is our short film that Greg has spoken about. So on YouTube as well. And then we have at Sikkim Studios on Instagram.
Yeah, Linktree has all the things.
Yeah. Smash that like button everywhere.
You got a MySpace account that we're bringing back. Dr. Green somewhere in
I think MySpace is still a website.
I love that.
Someone's holding onto it, that domain.
Yeah. I think it's Rupert Murdoch, but I want to say he bought it for like $1 billion or something, and then Steve just noped out. Like, was that his name, Steve?
Love it.
The guy that was doing this number, Tom from MySpace. Tom just noped out. He took his bag and went away. Smart man. Well, gentlemen, I can't wait to see y'all in a few weeks. Can't wait to do some of this in person. And I'm excited about the collaboration that's going to happen and all the cool people that are going to get their stories out there because of this sort of thing. So thank y'all very, very much for your time, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.